Hello and welcome to another episode of the Human Design Shadow Shorts. I got a question about planets, so we're going to talk about planets real quick. Preface it by saying that I am not an astrologer, so I don't understand in depth what these planets mean for astrology. So if you're an astrologer, you'll have to kind of make up your own conclusions about this. I'm going to share what Ra said about the planets for human design. Now, I will give you what Ross said, and then I will also share some of my insights that I have learned through my own exploration, experimentation, and research, and that I've learned from the human design community. Let's start with the sun. The sun is our personality. It is our expression. It is our life force energy. I love the conscious sun. I know a lot of people are like, the conscious sun is everything. It will tell you everything you need to know. I love it, but I don't use it often. I'm going to be honest, and I will tell you what I do use. Okay, next we have the earth, and this is grounding and balance. I find that this is what helps us stay grounded and in our body. The moon is our driving force. So I actually use the conscious moon to show what your trauma response is, because I have found that most people are driven, motivated by their traumas and their trauma responses. So once you heal that kind of wound, that shadow aspect of it, then it does become more of like a heightened awareness driving force. North node, this is our future direction, also our environment per the variables. South node, this is our past direction, environment, variables. Mercury, this is our communication and thinking. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, this is my messaging in business. I have not found that to be true personally, but you do you, boo. Venus, this is our values, sociology. I love Venus for understanding who I am at the core, my values, what I stand for, what I make decisions towards to encompass in my life. Mars, immaturity, energy dynamics. So conscious Mars, I use for places where I'm feeling or other people are feeling, where I can see their immature tendencies, like what do we got going on here? And then the unconscious Mars I use in terms of your core wound, your generational trauma, and your shadow genius. And a lot of this is taken from the gene keys. And then I also have brought in my own experience to that. That's something that you can learn more about in the shadow report. If you download my shadow report, I will post a link in the show notes for you to get that. When Mars is in an undefined center, it tends that energy, that very big energy tends to overpower strategy and authority. Ross said this, but I've also found this to be true with clients. Jupiter, this is law and protection. It's also a lot of times what I look at for expansion. How can I expand myself, my values, my love? This is kind of like how, we have our values, and if we are adhering to those values, making decisions based on those values, then Jupiter will sort of reward us. That's kind of how I look at it. Saturn, discipline, the judge, restraint. I call Saturn the punish me daddy gate. And this is like the ways that I self-sabotage myself, the way that I punish myself because it hurts so good. That's the punish me daddy part. Uranus, unusualness, chaos, order, science. Neptune, illusion, art, spirituality. I don't use these two very often. And then Pluto, truth, transformation, psychology. If Pluto is in an undefined center, it is going to show us some of our deepest fears. I use Pluto and unconscious Mars for almost everything. Pluto tells me so much about the person based on the line that it's in and based on the center that it's in. It really, really does tell me so much about a person. So don't forget, we have conscious and unconscious. I always look at conscious, like the personality. The way I think of it is like, this is what my mind has access to. And if my mind has access to it, it is likely distorting it in one way or another. So that is a quick rundown of the planets. I hope that this was helpful. Ross said that the planets are the teacher, and what I just explained to you was what they express and what they teach. And again, you can find more information about this in the Human Design book. if you download the shadow report, you will get tons of information around your centers, your trauma responses, your unconscious Mars, your shadow genius, your core wound, generational trauma. Again, this is a lot of my research and my information that I created, and then it is based off of source material. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you next time. Bye.